This episode has been brought to you from the DGMS Studios, home of Don't Get Me Started, Lethal and Money Live and Surftown. Found at Spotify, Amazon, Apple Music and wherever you listen to your podcast. Welcome to Noosa Now, the podcast that celebrates the diverse cultures, workplaces and people that make up the vibrant community of Noosa. From builders to baristas and everything in between, we delve into the stories and experiences of those who call Noosa home. Join us as we explore the unique tapestry of this coastal paradise and discover what makes it such a special place to live, work and play. Thank you for tuning in to Noosa Now, where every voice is heard and every story is celebrated. In the guest chair today, we have Liam Anlezark, the General Manager of the Noosa Pirates. As a former player, he brings a wealth of experience, passion and a deep connection to the club, from scoring tries on the field to leading the team off it. His journey with the club is a shining example of loyalty and commitment to the love of the game. He embodies the spirit of the Pirates in every way. He's a true champion of the sport. Thanks for coming in today, Liam. We appreciate it.
Wow, what an intro. Thank you, mate.
You're welcome. Well, as my intro explains, you have a deep history with the Pirates. Can you tell us a little bit more about yourself and what it means to be their general manager?
Yeah, so personally, I grew up around here, went to Federal State School in Noosa High, Federal boy originally, if people know where that is out in the hinterland, and father of 4 kids. Got 3 boys and 1 girl. Proud Noosa resident, live in Twanton. Love the country town side of Noosa and the community that we've got here. And I started playing for the Pirates back in the 90s, before you wore boots, actually. I started barefoot up at Karoi. Yeah, sort of going full circle. My middle child, Kai, plays footy. My older boy's not playing anymore. Frankie, she signed up last year and gave it a bit of a go. She's only 5, so
good on her.
She's working out if footy's her sport or whether it's gymnastics or something like that still. And yeah, Mateo, my youngest, he's only 1, so I'm sure he's going to be a footy player one day. He's already running around in the backyard with the footy all the time. And
like his dad.
That's it. Yeah, love the club, and we're very lucky to have the group of people that we do involved, and really well supported by the community, and very proud of the Pirates. And it's a pretty well-known footy club around rugby league circles sort of all over the world, and very grateful to be able to be the GM of the club.
Liam, it is great to have you in the studio, and it's interesting your last comment there about the Pirates being well-known Noosa Rugby League club. They're sort of integrated into the community, and I just wonder if you could tell us how aware the Pirates are of that, the fact that they're part of Noosa's identity. In particular, how do you see that relationship with the town?
Yeah, so something that we're really conscious of as a committee, I suppose, and as a club. So we're always talking to our players about remembering that they're wearing our brand and representing the club out in the community and stuff too. And I love that leagueies love repping their colours. So you always see lots of Pirates gear getting around town. Hopefully people aren't rat-bagging too much, but
I haven't heard anything.
Kids will be kids.
No, I've seen more of your signs and the Pirates in your van. That's a classic.
GWM Noosa are a really good sponsor, so they give us a ute to drive around, and it really makes it much more doable to do the programs in schools and our junior development program and all the other things that we've got in motion. Geographically, where we are on the sunny coast, there's just a smaller group of people. There's lots of Victorians, there's lots of people that aren't necessarily from here. So we as a club generally feel that we've got to just do things a little bit better than most others, be proactive. And that's why we work hard in schools, and we're really lucky that the NRL development guys do the job they do up in our region, and that rugby league's in a good place generally. We've got a pathway and a junior line through to the NRL Dolphins and the Sunshine Coast Falcons. Yeah, it's great to be supported by bigger clubs and play our part in having kids go forward to the next stage of their footy. And if that means capping out as an A-grade player, a reserve grade player or open women's player at Noosa Pirates, we want to put everything we can on for them, because we're really proud of those players as well.
You seem to have a lot happening there. It's a real full card from under 6s to A grade, boys and girls and coaches for each. So you must have a wealth of talent there. Can you tell me how you approach the development of young talent within the club? It must be tough.
It's something that we're always trying to do better at. So we've got a junior coaching coordinator, and that's my roles, is to work in that junior development program. We've actually employed a external contractor called Liam Anlezark from the Rugby League coach to mentor our junior coaches and our senior coaches and give them some outside program structure and stuff, and try and formalise the program more holistically as well. And it goes hand in hand with having programs sort of running in school, the junior youth pathways at the Falcons and the Dolphins and stuff as well. So it's something that we're reviewing constantly. It's always updating, and we just try and be really proactive in that space. We do lots of school-based gala days at Pirate Park in Tewantin and up in Karoi. So I think we hosted 9 big gala days last year, and the biggest one was about 800 kids, 49 teams, the Moses Mboy Gala. And we're lucky enough to have blokes like Moses Mboy and Jake Friend and stuff that still put their hand up and help out with the club. So Moe's doing a holiday clinic in the Easter school holidays, which we're about to announce, which will be really cool for our members and just kids that have got interest in footy and rectangular field sports up in our area.
So that's my second part of the question. So what do you look for in the players during the recruitment? Are you looking for certain things that meet the mark, or you let them unfold in that game?
The NRL, I think, has done a really good job in taking the competitive nature of rugby league away until kids are 13. They play, every kid's competitive, like they all want to win, but we're not picking A sides and B sides in under 10s and under 9s. They're not playing to win premierships and stuff too. Once they get up into internationals, we call them 13s up, then they're graded to make sure they're fair games. There's Div 1 and Div 2. And within that, like, there's always a participation element of rugby league, especially the junior kids up until 13s. It's about having a run, having fun, getting to learn the game, seeing if it's for them. And then the kids that really want to work hard and go on with their footy, they put in the extras and they'll be looking for Div 1 sides. And my hope is that the club can get to a point where we field a Div 1 and Div 2 side in every age group, but we're still a ways off that. The academy, which we're just about to start, is going to be for 15 to 17-year-olds. And that's not an excellence program. It's not about trying to identify the next NRL player because there's pathways already for that. It's just the kids that want to put the time and effort into getting the best out of themselves. We want to give them all the resources and the framework to do that. And that's a bit of extra nurture and strength and conditioning. The plan is for some sleep education, nutrition, mental health support, that sort of stuff as well, just to help our, we want all our juniors just to be good people.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
You mentioned that the club is in a good place, and it certainly sounds like it from what you have just been telling us. It sounds like you have your infrastructure for development of young players. It sounds like you do have a lot of support from sponsorship in the town, and that the club is supported well by fans and supporters. But here in Noosa, we've also got rugby union, rugby to some people, and AFL, which I'm assuming would say the same as what you've just told us about their club being in a good place. So you would have to compete against them for patronage and support. So how do you go about that? And where is your standing in? Let's call that a competition. How do you go in that standing?
So we did our strategic plan last year through to 2027, maybe 2028. We did our strategic plan last year through to 2028. One of the pillars of our strat plan is to be the best sporting club in Noosa. So we want to be the most professional, best run sporting club in Noosa. We love the competition from the other codes, and credit to the Tigers and the Dolphins and the Lions and all good stuff that they're doing. It's great to see so many strong clubs in town, but it means we've all got to work a bit harder and be the best we can be. I truly do think that we're really lucky that we're backed by NRL and QRL as far as process goes, because as a game, there's more governance, more things that we help with throughout process that some of the other codes don't get.
You've got a full calendar of events, you were saying. A lot happening. It's all there at the club. So what is your biggest challenges that faces the Noosa Pirates this season? And the second question is, how would you address them? Because there must be problems and incidents that will come up. You're dealing with a lot of people, a lot of personalities, the code itself. Is there a committee that has to deal with certain needs a bit more attention?
I suppose to start from the top, we've got a management committee of 7 people, and then we've got a junior and senior subcommittee under that. We've got a grievance officer, Mark DeWise, amazing. He's a school teacher from the area. He helps us out with anything that's not resolved at a committee level. But generally, we're pretty fortunate with most of those things. The behavioural stuff and the process of things can generally be sorted out, and we try and get onto it pretty proactively so it doesn't become sort of bigger than Ben-Hur. the club is pretty conscious to make sure that we're all reading from the same hymn sheet as far as we've got the right people involved. And if someone's going a bit rogue or not doing things in line with the values of the club, they get a tap on the shoulder pretty quickly. Part of our strat plan was to, I suppose, put something concise for all members to be able to look at the wall and see what it is to be a pirate, because it's something that I've been banging on about and the committee have been banging on about for years, and we hadn't sort of put it into a concise document until recently. The 5 pillars of the pirate way is respect, fundamental skills, effort before result, hard work, and being a team player. That's something I'm going to get a big wall sticker put up once the gym's finished being built. That's going to be up in the gym at the club. It's something that we're going to reiterate to our coaches as far as the coach education that we do, that those pillars, and if something's happening within a side or within a coaching group, or a parent's kicking off because little Johnny's not getting picked at under 7s, not getting picked at half-back in under 10s, then that's something that we can go, mate, is that a team first attitude? Are you being respectful to the coach? And reiterate it back to that as well. So, mate, I would say our biggest challenge at the club at the moment is probably our facilities. We've got a fantastic clubhouse and bar and viewing deck that looks over the main field. Our change rooms and other facilities are built in the early 80s and we've just outgrown them, essentially. So it's something that we've been working on pretty proactively since around 2019 and gone through different sort of phases with different levels of government, federal government changing and state government changing and sort of people in roles changing. So that's probably my number one as the GM. I'm working on that infrastructure piece because we need 4 change rooms. We've got over 100 female players at the club and we're running all the home teams out of one shed and all the away teams out of one shed. And we're lucky enough that Noosa Touch next door lets us use their change rooms and stuff on big game days and those sort of things. But like you mentioned the season launch on the 7th, for example, we'll have junior grading games Friday night, all morning Saturday. Then we'll do the season launch and then we'll have senior trials all Saturday afternoon. So we'll probably have 10, 15 games on that Saturday, and it's probably just a recipe for disaster. And if we can't get some better facilities, even just a senior male referee being in the sheds with a junior female referee, those sort of things, we've never had an incident, and I hope we never do. It's something that we're going to keep working hard with government and council and state and feds to try and get everyone on the same page so we can get some funding for a facility upgrade that actually services our members.
You seem pretty well equipped to handle anything that may arise.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Yeah, look, we try to be, and I'm always amazed at the generosity of people's time in volunteering to something like their local sporting club and the Pirates. We're so lucky to have so many people put their hands up, and it's honestly astounding what some of the volleys do at our club. And look, that's probably community sport in general. Claire Robinson and Greg Furness spring to mind. They've been helping the club out for 40-something years. So Greg's the bloke on the front gate if you've ever come to a Pirates game.
Yeah. So I used to walk the dog. Actually, it's not far from here. It's it's a stone's throw away, and we walk the dog there, and I see him every time. Yeah. He's there all the time.
And he loves it. And he'll knock off on the gate at about half-time of A grade. So he comes and stands out doing the gate for us the whole day and then sees half a game of footy. Yeah.
Good on him.
Yeah.
Good man. Look, it could be said, Liam, that rugby league has always had its traditional support base in the working class, if you like. Certainly in some parts of New South Wales, the upper class, if I could say that again, haven't always been rugby league people. They've been rugby union. And Noosa now is become such an international cosmopolitan town. There's a lot of people that have moved in that are well-moneyed. They could be upper-class people or at least think of themselves as such. May not have come from a background that traditionally supported rugby league. And we've got a rugby union club here, we've got a soccer club here, we've got the AFL club here. You said that you're holding your own quite well against those clubs, but how do you think those other clubs and the change of the demographics of the population of Noosa will challenge the rugby league club in, say, 10, 15 or even 5 years' time?
Once again, from a governance point of view, I think the NRL's been really proactive on this. They bought Touch Football Australia. We venue manage Noosa OzTag, so we started that this summer season for juniors, and the NRL's got its own product called League Tag. So I think over the next medium term, we'll see the NRL diversify into a tackle, tag and touch offering. I know that's certainly what we're delivering in schools now, and I think that's the future. There's always going to be a place for tackle and the traditional rugby league as we know it. I believe that there's going to be an adaptation over time to appeal to more people and stay relevant in the modern day.
Well, there's some private schools around here. I'm assuming that you're working well in the public schools. Are you working just as well in the private schools?
I hope that you're enjoying the podcast and the content that we're bringing to you each week. I want to take a moment to invite you to support the show. Your contributions help us continue creating high-quality episodes, bringing in exciting guests and exploring the topics you love. Every bit helps, whether it's a small donation or signing up for our Patreon account. By supporting us, you're not just helping keeping the lights on, you're becoming part of our community and helping us grow. To show our appreciation, we offer exclusive perks, behind-the-scenes content, and so much more for our supporters. So if you love what we do and you want to see us thrive, please consider signing up at buzzsprout.com/don't get me started, support the show. Thank you for being part of our journey, and let's keep the conversation going.
Look, when I went to Noosa High, I was lucky enough to be part of the League of Excellence program, and a few of us went on and played a decent level of footy. We had that as an elective in senior years. We also had Ronnie Greentree as a coach, who's been a great man for the game locally, so shout out to Ronnie. Noosa High doesn't have a rugby league program as a subject, or it's not a school of excellence or anything like that now, so that's where we're putting a lot of time and effort into. We spent a lot of time 2 years ago in Sunshine Beach State High, but they're an AFL school of excellence now, so that was a bit of a kick in the guts, to be honest. We put a lot of time and resources into Sunshine, and we were told there wasn't enough space for another excellent sort of program there, and then AFL popped up, and good luck to them. It's still, look, any of these things, it's keeping our kids active, it's giving them direction. Sport is such a great thing, and I'm so grateful I had rugby league as a younger man, because it stopped me from being a gronk. Basically, I could have gone down a different path if I didn't have something to keep me on track. And I'm really grateful for the game and sport in general for a lot of kids.
Sorry for being cheeky there, Liam, but I had about 5 different answers to that.
Yeah.
Because I know a little bit about rugby league's wayward side, shall I say that. But you don't look the type of guy. You're very clean cut, I think, and you look healthy, man. And I'm looking at you too. You're definitely not a halfback.
No, I was always a lock or a front rower.
Yes, or a winger.
Edge forward sometimes.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Well, but you still look in good nick, mate. Well done.
I'm trying to. It's good to keep active. I want to set a good example for my kids. I've changed the direction in my life a little bit over the last couple of years. Like, I've been a real estate person for 10 years, and I had my own agency and had a real crack in that space. And I'll always have a place in property, and I do love real estate, but I sort of fell out of loving selling it and running the team and running the business. And I love sport and administration and working with people in this realm. So it keeps me active.
Look, I just said you're looking like you're in fantastic condition. If the first grade on a particularly important match dropped a front rower at halftime, could you step in for the rest of the match?
No, is the short answer. Look,
I'd back you.
Mate, I stopped playing properly in 2018. So we were lucky enough to win the comp in 2017, and I was one of the skippers of that side, and that was an awesome way to go out, in inverted commas. I did the big thing on grand final day and said I was hanging the boots up, and then came back and played in 2018. And it's probably a bit of a timing of, like, I'm 38, and when I was coming through as a junior, there was no concussion management. There was no, you wore your toughness on your sleeve like a badge of honour. If I got knocked out in a game and I could keep playing, I'd keep playing. And I copped heaps of, too many bad concussions as a younger man, and the family ended up having a bit of an intervention in the end and saying no more concussions. So
that was one of the reasons why you decided to hang up the boots?
It is, yeah. It's the main reason I pulled up. I had a couple of years off. I played a bit of Masters, which is over 35 social stuff and touch footy, and I played a few games to C grade last year, but I feel that's within my realm, and I've changed the way I play from back when I was the captain A grade and stuff. So I just trot around and have a bit of fun and play the game sort of here or there. I don't want to be relied upon to be the guy that has to stump up every single week and play some footy. I'll just play if we're short. Every year it's a discussion with the missus if I'm going to play again, because she doesn't love it, to be honest.
You're playing for fun. I'll tell you what, I wouldn't like to run into you.
Yeah.
Or you into me.
Yeah. The quality of our A-grade comp is pretty good. Like I would say our A-grade comp here on the Sunshine Coast is one of the top sort of local footy comps in Australia.
Do you have hopes that you'll win the premiership this year?
Always, yeah.
Yeah, well, always you would. Realistically, though.
Yeah, so honestly, I feel like we've underachieved the last couple of years. And every year we look at our program and we see where we can jig things around. I'm really excited about our squad that we've put together this year. So it's become a real competition for sort of social media notoriety for Sunny Coast Rugby League sides announcing signings and stuff. And we've done a bit of that over the last few years, but we've just sort of flown under the radar this year.
Now, that signings, sorry to jump in, is that semi-professional? You would pay some of those first-grade players?
I would say all the A-grade players across the Sunny Coast get paid.
Okay.
Yeah. There's different levels between different clubs. We're certainly not throwing around the cash of some of the other teams in the comp, and it's much different than, your Newcastle comps or Toowoomba, and there's some park footy comps around where they spend big money on their players. For the guys that are committing and coming to training, doing the right things for the club, putting their hand up, travelling from down the coast and stuff, I think it's more than reasonable they earn a few bucks playing footy.
So getting back to the sport itself, and you said you got into the schools. Now, Facebook and Insta plays a part in promoting the club.
Yep.
So how does the Noosa Pirates engage with the local community? You've explained a little bit of that. And what role do you believe the club plays in promoting the sport at grassroots level?
So I think it goes into a lot of the things that we've touched on already, Lee. So we obviously want to win games of footy, but right across the club, it's about giving a safe, inclusive environment where people can come, enjoy their sport, be the best they can be, strive to win and do the best they can. I think sport generally has a massive, massive place in the community. It gives something for people to be tribal about, to be proud of, to get around. I think you certainly see that in Noosa with the different codes, and, I love seeing that with the Pirates and our crowds as well. I find, generally speaking, I'd say it's probably the same with other codes as well, but we're better supported than most areas. Like the Noosa locals, they come out, they watch their sport, they get behind their team. I've been to a few Noosa Dolphins games and they always get a good crowd. We always get a good crowd. Actually, a couple of Tigers games I've been to, they get a good crowd. I haven't been to a Noosa Lions game before, to be honest, but I'm sure they're the same as well. So community's proud. It gives us something to, try and sculpt our young people to aspire towards being a good club person and give them a bit of direction as well.
I like that, and I liked one of the tenets that you mentioned earlier, effort before result. I think that motivates them to give their best, and it doesn't, guys, we're out here to play our best, and the result will be whatever it is. And if you've played your best, then we're satisfied, no matter what the result is. And if we play our best, there's a good chance the result's going to be better than what we expected or what we wanted. So you can't beat going for your very best every time. You can't beat it.
Definitely.
Because you're going to get top performance.
Yeah, and I think that's part of the combative nature of rugby league. Like, lack of a better word, you're in the trenches together, and if the person next to you is giving their all and you've all tried your guts out, regardless of the result, you're proud of each other, you're galvanised, you've, lack of a better word, been into battle together as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
So looking forward, future goals. What are your short-term and long-term goals for the Noosa Pirates, and how do you plan to achieve them as a club?
So short-term goals, premiership success this year. We want to see more of our junior players in the youth rep programs as well. Keep being financially sustainable and keep filling sides up as well. I'm hopeful this year that we'll field a side in every grade throughout juniors and seniors. Under-9s girls is coming in. I know under-17s boys has been a tricky one for us for the last couple of years, that age group as they're coming through. We've had some pretty positive chats on that. I think we'll be fielding that side, I'm hopeful of. So, just keep building as a club and and keep doing things a little bit better year on year. As far as long-term goals, success is always going to be up there, infrastructure, and getting some better equipped facilities. As a GM, I'd love to see us diversify some different sort of cash flow avenues and be proactive in our financial stability moving forward.
Do you feel the weight on your shoulders being the GM?
Look, it's a responsibility. Like, I was president of the club for a couple of years leading up to jumping into this role. Angus Stewart's our president now. He's an old boy, a fantastic person in general, business person, old boy as well. So the club's in good hands. We've got a good committee overall. It is a big responsibility, but we've got a whole village of people that's contributing to that too. Yeah. I'm doing this role because I love the club and I want to see some big rocks in the jar items get achieved and in place before I jump onto the next thing and hand the baton on to someone else. I'm hoping I've told the club I'll be in this role until the end of this year, and I'm hoping that we can get some big wins in place.
Well, as we come to the end, or you have your season's launch Saturday, 7th of March. So if anybody needs to contact you, how can they touch base?
So my number's up on our Google profile for the Pirates, or via admin@noosapirates.com.au, or our social platforms. Yeah.
Excellent. Well, I've really enjoyed talking with you, Liam. I grew up in rugby league and have drifted away, but I keep a little bit of an eye on it. And it's just been a pleasure to kind of be immersed in all that you have to say. I'm feeling a little bit of the ethos of the club.
Awesome.
It's really great. So thanks for coming in. We do wish you every success in the role for general manager. As Lee said, there is a responsibility with that. You seem to be handling it well. The club has definitely got a good logo and name around town. So we wish yourself and the club all the very best for 2026 and beyond.
Thanks, fellas. We'll have to get you down to a game and have a couple of skewies, watch the boys and girls go around. And just before we wrap up, I just want to do a quick shout out. We've got an inclusion side, so an all ability side in conjunction with a charity, Connect Rugby League. So we're on the hunt to fill that inclusion side up. So anyone that's in that all ability space that has wanted to play sport and not been able to, reach out. We'd love to have a chat. We've got some cool stuff coming up. We're playing an inclusion game before the NRL Dolphins at KO Stadium next month and a few other cool things. So love to get in touch and chat to you soon.
Yeah, cool, man. Well, I'll take you up on that invitation. Thanks,
I'll
mate.
be there. Thanks,
Cheers.
Liam. Good on you.
Thanks fellas.
Mate. Cheers.